everyone, my name is Jenna, but you guys can call me Jen. Welcome to my channel. Is that how I start these videos? I don't remember. My brain is dead today. Hi! Welcome to the start of yet another weekend reading vlog. End of my workday. I'm about to run out to go get some groceries, do a quick library drop-off, and I'm running back because tonight is D&D. It's the game that I play in, not the one that I DM, but I wanted to start this video real quick and tell you what I'm going to be reading this weekend. So hopefully I'm going to be focusing on three main things, but I have a lot of books that I want to read. I am going to have an August TBR going up this weekend, so you'll already hopefully have seen it by the time that this goes up. So exciting, but I have like 20 books on the TBR, which is a lot. But I am in the middle of The Exiled Fleet by J.S. Dewes. I listened to the audiobook and I can't remember how the narrator pronounced the last name, but that's okay. I'm gonna hopefully have this one completed. That is for a space vlog. I also started rereading Priory of the Orange Tree this weekend, so I'm about 200 pages in and I would like to zoom through that. I also have The Blade Itself by Joe Abercrombie that I would love to finish as well, and just a ton of other things that I would love to read. But this weekend I also have a housewarming to go to tomorrow for my friends, so that's gonna eat up my evening tomorrow. That's gonna eat up a lot of good reading time, but hopefully I can get through those books there, or at least a good chunk of them this weekend. Those are gonna be my focus, and if on the off chance I finish them all, probably not gonna happen, I will jump into something else that I have on the go. Who knows? But that's the plan. I'm gonna go and I'll catch up with you later. Hello friends, happy Saturday. I am here just about to hop onto a live stream, so that's where I'm going. But I've been reading more of The Exiled Fleet and it's just getting crazier and crazier and I love it so much. Gosh, I forgot how much I love how action-packed sci-fis can be in like an entirely different way to fantasies. It's wild. But yes, I'm on page 286, so I have a little bit left, but I hopefully will be able to finish up after the live stream before I go over to my friend's house for her, or friend's apartment for her and her boyfriend's housewarming, because that's what I got going on tonight. I'm going to set up my spot here. I don't know what I'm going to work on today. I'm not really in the mood to work on anything specific, so who knows? Maybe Project Dream, maybe Project Dragon, maybe Project Second Story. Nobody knows what I'm going to be working on, but something is going to be worked on. And then we'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm going to get set up. We're going to get started. Hello friends, it is now a bit later. I've done my live stream and I've been sitting here for another little while because I wasn't quite done with the scene that I was in the middle of writing and I wanted to get it down. And today I've written 4,959 words in Project Dragon. We've hit a really, we're starting to get very, very close to the midpoint in Izzy's point of view, in her story at least, and it's making me, it's making the juices flow even more because we're getting to the moments where I'm like, okay, now things are starting to pick up and things are starting to go. Very exciting. We're just about there. Just about there. I just finally wrote the scene where Izzy's full first prophecy has come out of her. So now things are really hitting the fan. And life is gonna change for this girl real fast, all over again, yet again. Life's gonna be totally different. So I think now though, because it is 4:45 and I'm going to be leaving after 6 sometime, so I do want to make food before then. But I also really want to read more of The Exiled Fleet. I really would like to finish it today. I don't know if I will be able to in the time that I have here, but I'm gonna try. So I think that's what I'm going to go and do, and kind of leave this feeling of what's coming next bubbling up in me, and maybe when I get home tonight I'll finish more of this. Who knows? But Project Dragon, I was talking about this on my stream today, but 2 weeks ago when I was working on this, I had started getting the bug again for it. Even though that was happening, I had kind of reached a moment in my story where all of the point of views I had, I knew what was coming next, but in more broad strokes, which is, if you watched my previous vlog where I was up at the lake over the long weekend, that was another thing where I was trying to figure out things that were going to come next, and I also created another character point of view that I'm going to have to write from soon. And all these things are kind of up in the air and I don't really know solid things still. I also started feeling a lot of like doubt around this project because as I would reread stuff to try and find a little bit of like a inspiration-y bit to start writing again, I just kind of sat there and I was like, oh, all these scenes are a little boring, like they're a little long, and I don't know if anyone's actually gonna like this or if this is gonna be any good. Or like, you know, there's like little doubts that come in with every project. I started feeling that these past couple weeks. So like the writing of Project Dragon isn't nearly as fast as Project Second Story was or Project Dream was when I first wrote those first drafts. Because those first drafts, I wrote Project Dream in 17 days and I wrote Project Second Story in 25 days. I've been working on Project Dragon, writing it for 7 months now, and I'm only at 56,565 words. Like there's a difference between when I write fast things with like very linear plot lines that only follow like one point of view, like a middle grade or a cozy fantasy. There's a difference between writing that and then writing this epic fantasy that is going to take me a long time to get a draft out, but hopefully now that I've like sat with it in today's live stream, like today's live stream went so well. I had over 1,000 words written after the second sprint, like, and then we had like 2 more sprints to go, and I was like, wow, I'm gonna get so much done today. I ended the stream with 3,400 words, and now I've written a total of almost 5,000 words today, and I haven't written that many words in a day in so long. So hopefully I can keep this momentum up and we can see Project Dragon coming into a little bit more fruition as things happen. But for now, closing that, and we're gonna go read a little bit more of The Exile Fleet and see if I can get that done for today. A weekend of productivity. Then I'm gonna drive off to my friend's place. I get to see her dog. Very fun. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
Hi friends, I just finished The Exile Fleet. Please excuse my voice. I can barely talk, but I need to tell you, this was so good. Found family to the next level, fantastic friendships, and it's about finding a place where you belong. I highly recommend these books. Hello friends, happy Sunday. This is what my voice sounds like after talking for so long. My throat is so sore. I got home last night and I immediately, it was like 1 in the morning after driving a few friends home, and I ended up making myself a tea because there was like a node in the back of my throat that felt like it was raw. And then I brushed my teeth and like cleared my throat last night and I spat out blood. So that's where my throat is today. Last night when I came home, I finished The Exiled Fleet by J.S. Duez, and so good. This is cementing itself as some of my favorite sci-fi that I've ever read. This is the sequel to The Last Watch, and I absolutely adore these books so much. So much. But yes, you'll see more of my thoughts on these when my that made it worse, when my space vlog goes live, probably later August, early September. But I'm so happy with this. So good. Oh my god, we love some space opera. We truly do. Today I don't really know what's going on. I've made myself a hot coffee in the attempts to see if the hot coffee helps more than an iced coffee this morning. Oh, I never told you what I got. So on Friday I had 2 of my holds come in, and I picked up The Range of Ghosts by Elizabeth Bear. I know very little about this series, this fantasy. All I know is that C.L. Polk talked about this author and one of their new books on Twitter and said that it's some of their favorite fantasy that they've ever read. So I decided to start with book 1 and see how it is. I also picked up the novella Sphere by Nicola Griffith because novellas are crazy expensive for the teeny tiny little book that you get. It's King Arthur retelling. It's an Arthurian retelling, and y'all know I love those. So I'm gonna see how this goes as well at some point. But I'm just adding to my already crazy long TBR. Really, that's what's happening. This morning, my August TBR, my reading radar went live, and it was already 20 books long. So August is gonna be a ride of me just reading so many things. But as for what I end up reading today, I'm not entirely sure. I'm not feeling a Joe Abercrombie right now. Maybe I'll start one of my other sci-fis. I don't know, or continue with Priory. That might be what I end up doing, or reading one of these library books. I don't know, but right now I'm gonna turn on the TV and watch some content and like eat a little bit, drink my coffee, and just relax because I am drained. Last night was so much fun, but I haven't been around that many people in a long time, and my social battery is done. So is my throat. My physical voice box should be done. So I'm just gonna hang out today and not talk very much, but I'll catch up with you guys a little later. Hello friends, it's a little later now, and I actually have a voice. This is what happens when you rest it and drink good hot coffee. But I'm here, I'm just cutting up a watermelon, because I've decided I'm gonna have a Disney day. My lovely friend last night we were talking, and I think they were asking me like, I don't even know what they were asking me, but I basically said that I don't have Disney Plus, and they're like, I do you want my password? And I was like, yes, please. So I now have Disney Plus thanks to them, and I'm just so excited. I've already watched Encanto and cried, which best thing ever. The movie as a whole was too short. It should have gone on for a little bit more and given us more about each of the siblings and stuff, because I want the boys' perspective. I want like the one that could turn into other people. I want his story. I want it all. I wanted more of the movie, but like I cried the whole time because that's just what happens when I watch Disney movies or any kind of like a nostalgic movie. Also, I'm sorry about the sound. I have my air fryer running right now, but that's what happens when I watch nostalgic movies. I just cry. Even though it's not nostalgic. It's nostalgic because it's Disney. It's what I've decided to do. I'm just making myself a snack right now. I got a pizza bun in the air fryer, and I'm gonna grab some like chips and some watermelon, and I'm gonna hang out on the couch for the rest of the day just like watching Disney movies. I'm gonna put Luca on now because I've missed out on so many Disney movies in the past couple years, and I wanna experience them all. So Luca's up next. And then after Luca, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Maybe I'll read a little bit, take a break from watching movies, but I'm excited. I have never seen Luca. Since there was someone named Bruno in the previous movie, I figured let's go with the Bruno from TikTok, so let's go. But yeah, I also look like a mess today, which is par for the course since I was up, because yesterday was a lot, but I'm gonna finish cutting up the watermelon and watch some more Disney movies. A lot later. I should probably be thinking about bed soon. I am in bed, but we're thinking about reading rather than sleeping right now. It's been a while since I last chatted with you. What did I get up to? I watched more movies. I ended up watching, after Luca, I watched Brave, because I love Brave. It's one of my favorites. And then after that, I decided to go for a little walk, dealt with some personal shit, and then I was like, okay, we're gonna put How to Train Your Dragon on, just background noise. And I didn't really pay attention to the movie. It's also one of my favorite movies, and I've seen it so many times because I was in my own head and scrolling on social media and like going between like reading and stuff like that. And then I just, with dinner, I ended up ordering pizza because I was not in the headspace to cook today, which was a good way to round out a movie Sunday, I will say. But it did end in like a slightly bittersweet way because I'm not feeling too great mentally right now. Yeah, fun times. But I ended up just putting on The Mighty Nine, Critical Role, we love to see it, and reading more of The Priory of the Orange Tree, which I am currently over halfway through. Just over halfway through. I'm currently on page 420, and I'm living my very best life with this book. Gosh, I forgot so many of the details. Valid. It's an 800-page tome. I read it in 2019. My memory is also really terrible, so the fact that I forgot so much is good because it's like reading it for the first time in a really sweet way, like remembering, but also being surprised by stuff still. It's very good. It's it's a very good experience, but yeah, I'm gonna see how much more I read. Just trying to wind down. I've got a lot of work ahead of me this week, which is fine, but I think I'm drained because of D&D on Friday and then the after effects of that, and because anxiety was really high after that game, granted, and then yesterday because I was at my friend's house for from like 6:30 to 11:30 midnight, and then I ended up talking for so long and ruining my voice, and thankfully that's back, no more pain. That's what drinking a hot coffee does, and resting your voice for most of the day does, which is also very good. When my mom called me this morning and she was like, "You good?" I was like, "No, I need to not talk right now." But I had a great time last night, so all good things. Today's been an interesting day. It's been a very chill day. The vibes were so good for like the first part of the day, so we're gonna sit in that. That good mental illness is hitting a little bit tonight, which is okay. It's also Sunday, and the Sunday scaries are really hitting right now because this week I have so much to do. I have 3 articles to write and 2 magazines to prep in like 3 days, which there's not enough time. There's really not enough time. So we're gonna have to see how I end up doing it this week, but Sunday scaries are large. Anxiety's high, mental health is kind of planing, but I'm glad that I took today as like a movie day. So I highly suggest you go watch some new movies, especially animated movies, because you can watch so many of them in a day. I always forget that Disney movies are like short and sweet because they're made for kids, right? You just get through so many of them. Like I had gotten through both Encanto and Luca before 3 o'clock. It was very nice. And having woken up at like 10 and like gotten myself together by 11 to decide to watch a movie. So like things are great. things are good. But yeah, I'm going to continue reading a little bit more Priory, but I've read a fair bit today already. I've read about that much, which is a lot. Which is a lot. You can tell where I stopped reading last time because I have all the annotations there. Read this chunk, and now I'm here. But yeah, that's been today. That's been Sunday. Didn't get as much reading done as I wanted to this weekend, which is totally fine. I wasn't really feeling reading, which is interesting, but once I like get through most of this, I think I'm gonna start another book, either something off my sci-fi list or Gunmetal Gods, which is a buddy read that I'm doing with someone, which is very fun, and I'm excited to start that. I think I'm gonna call it here, and I will catch you guys tomorrow for Monday.
Hello friends, happy Monday. It is the end of the workday. I worked for a little bit longer today because I had to get some extra stuff done because, as I've said, my life is busy right now at work. But hi, hello friends. It is very warm out today. I just walked to get the mail, which was a struggle because I have the biggest blister on the bottom of my foot right now, and it's making it next to impossible to walk anywhere. And now I'm sweating. And I did get a little wee package in the mail, which is a book sleeve that I ordered. I don't have anything to open it. Give me a second. Okay, so it is from Always September, which I have a few of their book sleeves already, and I really like them. I like how big they are. It's special because as soon as I saw it, I knew immediately I needed to own it because it's a Percy Jackson sleeve. I'm so excited. And it's like I think it's the 7. Because we have Percy, Leo, Annabeth, Piper, and Grover. That seems to be the pattern over and over and over, which is an interesting choice for characters, but it is so very cute. And we love that the OG trio is on there. And Leo, my sweet baby boy Leo, who is just the best. Cute little book sleeve. I'm very excited about it, and I needed it to be in my life. Anyways, thought I'd tell you about that. But yeah, it's officially the end of this vlog. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Feeling good today. Feeling happy. My hair's nice today. Things are going well today. We love to see it. I've also been listening to a new D&D podcast today. It's not like overly new, but new to me, and it's been on my radar for a long time. But yeah, I started listening to it today, and it's run by Critical Fail. It's the Strodcast, which is very fun. I know they have a bunch of content on TikTok, and that's how I found them originally. It's highly enjoyable, which is very nice. I love finding new D&D content, but that's kind of what I was up to today. Last night, I managed to read a whole new chunk of Priory. I am just over halfway, as you can tell by the annotations that I filled in today. I'm annotating every inch of this book. It is very exciting, but I'm currently on page 454. So I'm gonna see what happens tonight. I mean, it's Monday, I don't really have anything going on, so I might power through another chunk of this, but I do want to finish this before I dive into any other books. But I think the next book that I do pick up is going to be Gunmetal Gods, which is my buddy read with someone from Holly Hard's Books server, Discord server. But this weekend what I did read and finish was The Exiled Fleet by J.S. Dowes or Dewes or Dowes, or I don't know how to say their last name. And I absolutely adored this. This is 4.5 stars, easy. I think if I reread the first 2 books in this series, they might even be 5 stars, but as of right now, this series is just exceptionally well done and is quickly becoming a new favorite series of mine. And I'm so excited for the 3rd one to be released. I think it's coming in 2023. I think that's when it's like projected to come. But I'm like eyeing Goodreads and watching the author's movements so that I can be first on that list to get my hands on a copy of it. I cannot wait. It is just exceptional. It is a fantastic sequel, and it like takes everything that you're introduced to in the first book and levels it up and continues amazing relationships within the characters, all of that fantastic stuff that you would want. And it is so expansive and operatic that like it's compared to The Expanse, which is, you know, biggest space operatic series that you can read by James A. Corey, I believe. It's pitched for that. It's pitched for that. It's so operatic, but in a way of like, I love it because it's also extremely approachable, because we have 2 narrators and that's it. And our 2 narrators are Cavalon and Adequin Rake. Cav is a runaway prince kind of figure. Not really runaway, but like thrown out of his family kind of a thing, of a huge figure in society in this universe. And then Adequin Rake is a soldier, essentially, that's made her way up in the ranks and is a titan in the first book, I think. And then she becomes an EX, and there's also like, there's just a lot of terminology that I don't know what it means. But in the way of like, I know it's very sciencey and sci-fi-y, but I'm having a great time and I can catch the gist of what's going on. And I like that it's so space operatic, but tied to these 2 characters in a very down-to-earth, we're getting their inner thoughts kind of a way. So I love it. It's like, for a baby sci-fi person like me who's like barely into sci-fi, I only got into it last year, it's a perfect like gateway into like space operas, like the legit big boys out there. Yeah, really love this. 4.5 stars. Read a lot of Priory, watched 4 movies this weekend, which were so much fun. I don't know if I said this yesterday, but the very first time I've watched Encanto or Luca, and I cried the entire way through Encanto. Just the entire way. And Luca was just so pure and sweet, and it made my heart ache because like, you know those 2 boys are gay. And like, I know it's not explicitly said, but there are a few moments. There's one moment near the end where one of the other characters like looks at Alberto, which is Luca's friend, and like gives him this like look, and I'm like, oh, you 100% know that she knows that they're like in love with each other. And it just makes my heart happy. And the movie was so summery and bright, and I'm really glad that I got to see it. And then reliving Brave and How to Train Your Dragon is just the best. Just the best. Those 2 movies are top tier for me. Anyways, my friends, thank you so much for hanging out with me this weekend. I'm proud of the work that I got done. I also wrote 5,000 words in Project Dragon. We love to see it. And last night I actually got like inspiration for another scene that's gonna come much later in the book, which is very exciting. And I like wrote it on my phone at like 1 in the morning because I had to get it out of my brain. Rereading Priory is making me realize where the inspiration for some of the things that I'm including in my book is coming from that I completely forgot about. So I have now found the nest egg for those ideas. It's all in here, which is very exciting. And I'm so excited to see and like dive into my story and like really plan out how things are gonna go now that I'm like getting into the meat of it, hitting the midpoints and some of the point of views and like thinking about things. And God, I love writing. You guys know this. Anyways, I'm rambling now. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, all the good stuff. Let me know down below what your favorite animated movie is, because I want to know and I want to watch it. So, and if it's on Disney Plus, even better, because I have access to that now. So amazing. But let me know what your favorite one is. My favorite one, without contest, is How to Train Your Dragon, and it always has been since I watched it. But I have so many others that are just like top tiers that I would love to chat about that with you in the comments. But anyways, my friends, I'll catch you in another one very soon. Stay kind and keep on reading.